everyone, it's Ansley here from Teen Music Insider, and today I'm with
Bobby, what's up?
So Bobby, you recently started making YouTube videos. Can you tell us what made you decide to do that?
Well, I started off on social media with like YouNow and everything, and then I've always wanted to start YouTube, but like I never was like determined to start it because my biggest thing is I don't want to fail or something. And so like I don't want to fail at stuff. So I waited till I had like a little bit of fan base, and now I'm gonna start going in there. I'm gonna start posting more actually, and I have actually a lot of stuff coming up for YouTube in 2017 that me and my friends are working on. So it's about to be a pretty good year for YouTube, I should say.
Awesome. Like, what are some of the stuff that you think are going to be on your YouTube channel? Like challenges or vlogs or?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to do a mix of things. I'm not trying to do like just like set up kind of videos where it's like recorded and I have like a script or kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I try to do more like vlogs and like where I do random things. It's like, hey, let me just take my camera if I know I'm gonna have an interesting day. But to be honest, most days I just sit in bed and I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do this today? When am I gonna do this? And then so basically I'm doing challenges, vlogs, and then like when I travel, because I travel a lot, I'm gonna do videos of those. And then I also, when I'm gone doing places and like traveling, I try to do videos with some of my friends that I don't really get to see that often, and that's when I'm traveling.
Okay, cool. So what's the process to make one of your videos?
Like my own, or when I'm with like a friend or something?
I guess more like the challenges ones.
Challenges mostly like, well, I don't like doing challenges alone because it's more like it's boring. So you like to have someone with you to like feed off their energy, and like if they're like going, oh, I don't want to do this, and it's like, come on, like makes it more like funny and stuff.
Yeah.
But process is like getting everything set up, make sure you have all the right stuff, make sure it's safe in a certain kind of thing. Most things aren't really safe in challenges wise, but also another big thing is like my mom helps me a lot with recording and stuff. So like she'll do everything for me and just making sure that she's okay with doing it like a certain amount of time. So it's, I don't know, just making sure everything's like sort of safe, and then having someone to be there with you to make it even funner and just trying to create the best content, I guess.
Are those your favorite videos to make, or what are your favorite videos?
I say between challenges, because that's like a really high intense kind of a thing, and also when I travel and get to meet people and like, because I love travel vlogs and like showing people like, hey, I'm in this state, and then like see people that actually come and like that actually know you and like they're excited to see you too, and then just hang out with friends and people that like, I don't know, you don't get to hang out with on a regular basis.
Yeah, for sure. So are you planning, like you were saying, some collaborations soon? Like, can you spill some more details about those?
I don't know how much he wants me to say, because I'm sort of working on something with my friend. I'm not going to name who. And he recently moved out to LA, I think almost a year ago, off of just doing social media stuff. And he's gotten actually pretty successful, and I've been like there with him through a while, and we've been through some stuff that like were supposed to happen, then it fell through. So me and him became close through that. And me and him both talked about it. We were like, let's do this, let's try this. And he was like, I'm down. I'm like, I'm down. And I'm actually going to Playlist this year in Orlando, and we're sharing a room. So that's going to be a lot of different stuff there. And we're actually going to, I think we might be making a channel within the next month or less than a month. So that's going to be some big stuff happening. And then there actually might be a third person joining that we just found out last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I don't know, some big stuff trying to maybe happen.
So do you plan on just sticking with social media, or do you plan on to expand and do like singing, acting, or?
Big thing is I really want to do acting, and I'm starting to expand more into videos and like YouTube, because I used to do live streams and I do that still small here and there, but I'm trying to do more because I love video production stuff, and I really want to do acting because I also work in a haunted house in October, so that helps acting a little bit wise. It's not your normal kind of acting, but it's still, there's a lot of like acting and make sure people don't know who you are, and there's actually a lot of people that know who I am. So it's kind of fun, like seeing people like, are you this person? I'm like, you'll never know. And then, yeah, my main goal in life, I actually really want to be in a movie one day. So that's my main like get up and go like in the morning, like I don't want to do this today, and it's like you have goals for your life. So it's like I actually got a tattoo that has like wings and a clock. So it's basically like I can tell myself the meaning of it is you can't really waste time because in social media time really flies. So it's like
Sure.
if you're not doing something, then you're not gonna get whatever the goal you set.
So how did you get into social media, and when did you realize it could be this career for you?
It was actually pretty funny because I was on Facebook like 3 years ago. Facebook people don't really use as much anymore, but I was like, my friend was posting a picture and she was like, just got done doing this app and like, here's like after this people watch me, I got this many likes. I'm like, it's really weird and it's kind of cool at the same time. I was like, whatever. And at that point, before I tried different apps, and I'm like, my main goal when I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna be famous one day, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Tried app here, didn't work. Try this app, didn't work. Try this app, didn't work. I'm like, I'm done, whatever. And I'm like, I saw her, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I downloaded it. Within a week, I think I had 1,000 to 2,000 followers within a week, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then got up to like between 30 and 50 people watching me, and I'm like, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And then I'm like, this is pretty cool. I think now I have almost 31 or 32,000 followers on it. And then it just all spread through all my social media stuff. And I have like coming up on 21,000 on Twitter, almost 10,000 on Instagram, 17,000 almost on Musically. So it's spreading through a lot. And I've been able to go and travel a lot of different places. As like my walls, my whole entire room is full, and that's another main thing that like keeps me going. It's like whenever I'm having a down day, there's a lot of good notes on my wall being like, hey, you helped me through this, you're my inspiration. I'm like, that's like a big thing you hear once you like, you make it, when either people hate on you or like they're like, you're my inspiration. Like that's the two main things you look for to make sure.
Yeah, sure. So what are your friends and parents' thoughts when this started to climb for you, this career?
My mom absolutely hated it, and my dad still doesn't understand it that much. My grandma, my brother are all like, you're dumb, whatever, but they're still supportive here and there because it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't know social media what all happens into it. So that's why my mom was like, listen, because my first show I got invited to was in Chicago, which is where I live, and she was like, you can go to that show. And then also I got invited to like a Connecticut, New Jersey, Baltimore, New York, all these shows after that. Within like 2 months, all those shows were gonna happen. My mom was like, no, you're going to Chicago, that's it. And then she's like, I'm gonna let you see. And then she saw I had so much fun, and there's videos she has on her phone of me being on stage and the girls like screaming my name because I was doing a Q&A or whatever. And she was like, you really like this, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, okay. She was like, since you're serious about this and you actually want to do this, the way she got to learn of it is she actually got into social media too. So she has an Instagram, she has a Twitter, she has a YouNow, she has all these little live broadcast apps that I do. And that's what her way is like. People ask her at her work, like, how does your son do this, something? She's like, I had to actually get into what he's getting to understand it. So it's like, she's okay. She supports me now. My family still does. My grandma's just like, I don't know. And then people at school, I don't know, it's 50-50 at school when I was at school and doing stuff and everything around here. Some people love it. Some people support me and actually are fans of mine. Other people just like make fun of me and they're just don't think it. And then it's like, I don't know. I got bullied a lot, so it was like hard for me. But then again, it was also motivation for like, hey, you're still in Indiana. Because I live in Indiana, but I basically say Chicago because I'm only 30 minutes away. But it's like, hey, I was on my New York hotel room, like the top of it, and you could see the New York skyline. And I'm like, I'm in New York here, and I'm like, you're all still in Indiana. Yes. So it's like, I don't know. It hits me hard sometimes because like I was crying and everything because I was getting bullied and everything when I was in New York, and I'm like, it just sucks. I'm like, I'm trying to make people happy, and that's what my whole goal is. And then it's like, I don't understand why people make fun of me when all I try to do is just make people smile and everything. So it's, you never understand why people
do what they do. Yes.
On you, and it's just like people are just like that. So I just learned to like whatever, do what I do.
It's a good way to do it. Is there what's like the best thing that's come out of this career so far for you?
Just the overwhelming support, mostly like whenever stuff happens, like when there's family issues and they can tell when I'm not myself and everything. I don't know how they do it, but they're so good at like knowing, like if I post a Snapchat, they're like, your face expression would look like this way. Your facial expression was a different way, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. They were like, no, you're not, and I'm like, you're like, I'm not, but I'm trying to stay happy and everything, because like I'll make sure everyone's happy before I am, even if I'm not happy,
Yeah.
even if that means me sacrificing like doing something, or it's just the whole support and everything. I mean, I could care less about like money wise or like traveling and everything. I mean, that's all bonus I say out of it. It's just as long as people are happy, and then just making sure that they all support whatever they want to do. And if like, I don't know, I started halfway into social media when all like the big people were coming out and everything as being gay, and everyone wasn't accepting it. And I was just like, I have friends that were doing it. Someone from my school was on the actual national news and the news in like the UK and everything, because he came out as transgender and wanted to go to for prom queen, and everyone was making a big deal about it. So I don't know. There's a lot of just support to like my friends and family too, because they send it to me and it goes past me sometimes to my family when they see my mom's having a bad day or something. So I mean, just support wise, I guess, is the best thing that came out of it.
How would you describe yourself in 5 words?
Oh, that's weird. Weird's one of them. I like to think I'm funny, somewhat, I guess. I'm outgoing, and I'm really crazy. I'm weird and crazy. So, and just I don't know. I don't want to say like loyal to the certain respect, because there's different, like I want to be loyal to people, but then again I can't be loyal to every single person at the same time. So it's like I don't know. I try my best to be there for everyone when they try, but it's hard at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. How do you spend most of your free time?
Either making videos, hanging out in my room, or like just I love watching YouTube videos. So it's either I'm watching people or I'm making them, or I'm either like with my family and doing something out around, just,
Okay.
just hanging out.
What was your craziest fan encounter so far?
Um, I don't know. I had a crazy couple of them, but I don't. I hate like saying them because it's like the person's like, "Oh, that was me," and it's like. But one I think was I went to a meet and greet for Taylor Caniff, and I tweeted and I was like, "Hey, I'm coming," and he knew exactly who I was and everything. He was all right, whatever. And I went in. I was like, 5, 10 people will know who I am. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in. And then the girl's parent, her dad was actually like a correctional officer or something, so he was pretty big. I was like, all right. He's like, I'll be your security guard or something if anything happens. I'm like, you're fine. I'm gonna 5 or 10 people know who you are. I walked in, the whole entire crowd of Taylors came out, and it was like 70 people ambushed. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I ran up to the front. Taylor's security guard came out. They stood next to me. They were like, we're going to have to ask you to leave. I'm like, dude, I just got here for 3.5 hour drive. I'm not leaving. I'm like, Taylor knew I was coming because I tweeted him, and he already followed me after one tweet and everything. And I'm like, he knows I'm there. He was like, they're like, all right. So they stood there with me, and all these girls were like, hey, can I have a picture? And I looked, I'm like, hey. And the guy like looked at me. He was like, stop. I clicked on out there, and I'm like, but it's like, he's like, don't acknowledge. And I'm like, whatever. So I'm like walking with my head down, like, don't look. And it was pretty funny. And I got in there, talked to Taylor. He's like, you're Bobby, right? I said, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I heard people in line talking about you. I saw your tweet. I'm like, yeah, I just came to like hang out and like support you and just whatever, since you're doing this too. He's like, that's for sure. He was like, I love it and everything. He's like, thanks for doing that. And he was like, yeah, you can take pictures with them when you get out there. And I'm like, good, because they told me I couldn't. He was like, yeah, you can. He was like, tweet this picture and I'll retweet it. And I tweeted it within like 5 minutes. He retweeted and everything. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Some things, but it was pretty crazy. But I got off a little track there. But when I was running through the crowd, a girl, she jumped out, tried to hug me and bit my shoulder. And it was like, poof. And I'm like, ow. So I just kept running. I think that was one of the craziest things, like when I got mobbed, when I thought only 5 people would know me, and plus getting bit in the shoulder.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Taylor Caniff. Is there like any YouTuber or social media star that does influence you?
Yes, there's a couple that I look up to a lot, and Taylor was one of them because he's from Indiana, just like I am too. And there's not a lot of people that or people don't really think people from Indiana will come because all we have here is basically cornfields. So it's like all country, and it's like, oh, no one will good come out of Indiana. And there's a couple people here and that I'm basically friends with everyone from Indiana that are slowly making themselves up. And Taylor was a big one because he's one of the people that will like, it's good and bad thing, but he's not afraid to say what's on his mind. And if something's going wrong, he's not afraid to like address the situation, which is good and bad at the same time, like I said.
Yeah.
And also another big one is Roman Atwood that I watch because
Yeah.
he's a pretty big one that out there. And I just started watching him about like 6 months ago, and he's just a big positive outlook for everything and just making sure everyone's happy and everything, which is good because I love how that is and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So like you were talking about, you also do Musically You now, and all these other social media sites. What do you think is your biggest social media platform that you use to stay connected to your fans?
Probably between Instagram, Twitter, and then Snapchat I do too a lot, and then Musically here and there.
Okay.
But I do that. Yeah, I do those basically mostly the main ones.
How has it been to grow Musically to 16, 17,000?
It's pretty crazy because it's anything. It could happen like overnight because that's one of those things that Musically is an overnight thing. So I went. It was going for like 200, 300, 400 followers. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, this is probably not gonna be one of my things for me to grow on. And then I posted one Musically, got featured on it. Between the next day, I had between 10 and 11,000 followers.
Crazy.
And I was like, how could getting featured on one Musically? Because I think right now I have between, it's either 68 or 78,000 likes on that one Musically. So it's almost at 100K on it for that one Musically. And I've only been featured once. So it's like, if I get featured a couple more times, it's going to be like, it's just going to
A
keep
change.
going up like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's one thing that it's an overnight thing.
What's your favorite song to do on Musically right now?
Oh, I love my main one right now that everyone have been seeing me like listen to on Snapchat and everything is Paradise by the Chainsmokers, the new one that they just came out with. So that's one of my favorite ones right now. I love it.
Awesome. So you also do You Now, like you were saying. What's some things you do during your live streams?
There's different things. Sometimes I'll come on there and talk. There's some things where I'll just listen to music and I'll just dance all crazy and just be weird and everything. And that's basically most of everything I do is either talk, dance crazy, or if I'm out doing something like at a show, I'll You Now and be like, hey, there's on stage, do this stuff. And so basically just talk, be crazy, or like play some games here and there too that people want to play.
So what's an average day for you look like for being in the social media spotlight?
It could go from like a busy day or a normal day. It's it goes back and forth. Like yesterday wasn't that busy because I basically woke up because I do stuff with my cousin at her store that she works at. So I help out a little bit and that's a little extra money. Then I'll come home and I'll either like get a list going for YouTube. I'll watch some YouTube videos. I'll post an Instagram picture, Musically, Snapchat, do all this stuff. And then like a busy today, I woke up early. My brother went and I shot a gun for the first time. So I went and did that. And I'm making a video right now actually of when I went shooting for the first time. Then I have this. And then after this, I'm gonna film another YouTube video. Then I'm gonna hang out with some of my friends, post another Instagram, Twitter, and all this. So it's like all kind of like a schedule kind of a day. So it's like wake up, shoot, make a video, have an interview, make another video, post all on my social medias, hang out, and throughout all that too, and then just go to sleep and then see what happens the next day.
Okay. So are you planning on going to any more events soon?
I have a couple, yeah, because I'm starting to do a little bit more. Because Good Times is slowly starting to do. They're calling this pop-up shows where they'll like month or two in advance be like, hey, we're coming here, hey, we're going there, here we're going there. So it's like whichever ones I go through there, and then I'll be going to Playlist, VidCon. Then I'll be going to just other shows that like some of my friends do their own headliner shows in their own country and their states actually. So like I'll probably go to a Boston one, New York. Then I'm going to go to Columbus, Orlando, LA. And then I'm also going to I have some stuff planned too that me and my friends are going to go hang out in LA and do stuff where he lives. So
what advice can you give to other people who are trying to make it big in social media?
just be yourself and dedicate yourself and time to it because it's not like a thing that you can do one day and then take a month off and then do another day. You just got to stick to it and make sure you just don't, I mean, I don't want to say don't do all the stuff that's trending right now, because that helps in like a sense too. But just be yourself while you do that. Don't change your whole entire self or like appearance or something. Just do something that's trending, because when people meet you in person, they'll be like, you're not the same person as online. And that's a big thing that people are worried about, is like, is he going to be the same? Is he going to be a mean person or something in person, or is he not going to be as nice?
Okay. Do you have anything you want to tell your fans?
Um, just thanks for everything. Thanks for supporting me, and hope you guys still support me. And for all the new people that will support me when all this stuff actually happens this year, I can't wait. And just know that I'm always here for you guys, like you guys are for me. And just thanks for everything that we've been through so far together.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this interview.
Yep, you're welcome. It's been fun.
Yes, it was awesome. Bye.
Bye.